சரியா போலாமா? பிரசன்ஸ் இருக்கணுமா?
Sir, good morning, sir. Sir, mute voice mute adanaala.
I'm extremely sorry for the participants. I'm extremely sorry. So we will move on to the formal vote of the welcome address by the principal investigator. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to this faculty development program on entrepreneurship. We are gathered here today with immense pleasure and enthusiasm to inaugurate the faculty development program on entrepreneurship, a commendable initiative sponsored by the Department of Science and Technology, New Delhi. This is a testament to our collective commitment towards fostering innovation, nurturing entrepreneurship, and catalyzing economic growth. I am honored to stand before you today representing Mannar Thirumalai Nayakar College, Madurai, a premier institution that has always championed the cause of education and innovation. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the esteemed dignitaries of the management of Mannar Thirumalai Nayakar College, Sri Engineer S. Rajagopal Sir, President, Sri R. Jayaraman, Vice President, Sri M. Vijayaraghavan, Secretary, Sri K. Rajendra Babu, Assistant Secretary, Sri A. Alvarsamy, Treasurer. They have been pillars and strength in the institution's journey and strong commitment to nurturing a culture of entrepreneurship and innovation among the students. I am privileged to welcome our principal, Dr. A. Ramasubbiya, who has been a guiding force in steering this institution towards excellence, and his visionary leadership have been instrumental in shaping our institution. I'm extremely sorry, participant, there was some disturbance. Please mute yourself. Participants, please mute yourself. There is a lot of disturbance. Kindly check your mics are in mute. Thank you for your kind cooperation. I am privileged to welcome Dr. A. Ramasubbiya, the principal of Mannar Thirumalai Nayakar College, who has been a guiding force in steering this institution towards excellence, and his visionary leadership have been instrumental in shaping our institution into a hub of knowledge and innovation. We are privileged to have Dr. N. Vivek, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, the American College, Madurai, as our keynote speaker and the technical speaker for today's session. Dr. Vivek is a distinguished authority in the field of entrepreneurship, and his insights and guidance will undoubtedly inspire our faculty members on on this entrepreneurial journey. To all our esteemed participants, I extend my heartiest welcome. Your presence here today is a testament to our commitment towards furthering the ensure of entrepreneurship education. I extend my heartfelt welcome to my head of the department, Dr. M. Saktivel, and my fellow colleagues, Dr. Meenakshi Devi, Dr. Sophia, Dr. D. Niranjani, the co-principal investigator, Dr. R. Venkatesa Narasimha Pandian, for their continuous encouragement and kind help for organizing this program. In today's rapidly evolving world, entrepreneurship plays a vital role in shaping economics and driving innovation. As educators, it is our responsibility to equip the next generation with the knowledge, skills, and mindset necessary to succeed in the entrepreneurial landscape. Throughout this program, we will engage in insightful discussion, share best practices, and learn from each other experiences. Our aim is to empower you, the dedicated faculty members, to inspire and guide our students in their pursuit of entrepreneurship. Together, we will explore the last trends, strategies, and resources that will enable us to nurture a culture of innovation and entrepreneurship within our educational institution. This is not only a professional development opportunity, but also a chance to make a lasting impact on the future leaders and the innovators of our society. I encourage you to actively participate, collaborate, and take full advantage of the expertise and the knowledge that our distinguished speakers and fellow educators bring to this program. Let us work together to create a dynamic and enriching learning environment that fosters entrepreneurial experience. I have no doubt that this faculty development program will not only benefit our institutions but also the broader entrepreneurial ecosystem. Thank you for being a part of this initiative, and I look forward to the existing journey ahead. I welcome you all once again and hope that this faculty development program and entrepreneurship will be an enriching and enlightening experience for everyone involved. Let us work together to shape a brighter future for our students and our nation. Let us make this program a resounding success, and I wish you all a productive and inspiring day ahead. Once again, a warm welcome to each one of you. Thank you. So now I will introduce the chief guest. The dignitaries will join shortly because there is another program, Women Entrepreneurship Development Program is going on, and another program on design thinking is going on. So they will join immediately. So kindly bear with us. Now we will move on to the keynote address. I will introduce the chief guest. Yeah. Today is our keynote address, and our resource person is Dr. N. Vivek. His educational qualification is MBA, MCOM, MA Economics, PhD. He is having more than 12 years of experience, and he has completed his NET both in management and commerce. His research area is banking sectors, and he has expertise in various levels. He has a gold medal from Anna University, Coimbatore. Award received by him is Best Young Faculty Award from Noble Research Academy, Best Achiever Award from Anna University, Young Educator and Researcher Award from National Foundation for Entrepreneurship Development. And again, in the year 2014, he received Young Educator and Researcher Award from the National Foundation for Entrepreneurship Development, Chennai. I'm happy to introduce that he has completed 5 certificate courses in Sanskrit literature from Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, Mumbai, and 3 certificate courses in Sanskrit literature from Indian Academy of Sanskrit Literature and Culture, Madurai. He has secured first rank in all the courses, and he has published more than 40 papers in reputed Scoopers and UGC listed journals, and he has received a patent from UK, a study on contemporary trends in investing patterns, household savings and economic investment. He is holding a patent, and he has been awarded PhD. He has contributed more in national and international journals, and he has acted as a resource person for various faculty development program and entrepreneurship. He has received more than 30 lakhs from DST to conduct entrepreneurship development programs. And most major things I want to include, he has written 6 books, named Retail Management, Research Methodology, Entrepreneurship, Marketing of Financial Services, International Storage Management, International Strategic Management, Human Resource Planning, right? He has delivered more than 30 guest lectures from India and abroad on the topic of entrepreneurship. So with this conclusion, may I now request our keynote speaker and the resource person, Dr. N. Vivek, to take over the session. Thank you, Dr. N. Vivek, for your kind acceptance.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir, you can go ahead, sir. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. A very good morning, everybody. It is indeed a great pleasure for me. I'm very happy to be a part of this 2-week faculty development program, which is organized by the Department of Business Administration of Mannar Thirumalai Naikar College, and which is sponsored by the Department of Science and Technology, PDI Ahmedabad. So today, I would like to handle a session about the entire theoretical background of entrepreneurship. So my session would cover the basis of this FDP. Then I will move on to the importance, scope, and various other theoretical aspects of entrepreneurship development. Then finally, we will be moving on to unleashing entrepreneurship, which will deal about the present scenario of entrepreneurship in our country. So to begin with, before going directly into the topic, we must know what is an FDP and why it is being conducted. We must know what is an FDP, why it is being conducted, and what is the main outcome of this proposed faculty development program. We are all attending it, we are getting certificates. That is not the main reason. We do have another important reason for conducting and for attending this, specifically this faculty development program on entrepreneurship. So I'll be highlighting on the outcome that is expected from the participants after completion of this FDP. Then we'll be moving on to the various methodologies, that is pedagogies that is being followed in this FDP. We will study about the various types of entrepreneurs and the schemes available to become an entrepreneur, and the present scenario of entrepreneurship in our country. So can I have the PPT, sir?
Just a minute.
Yes, yes.
Just a minute. It is being opened.
No problem, sir, no problem.
Their personal constitution is getting ready. Within 2 seconds it will be better. Yeah. Is it visible my
Yes, sir.
screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It is visible. It is visible.
Thank you.
Please send to the next slide, sir. Okay. Yeah. So to begin with, we must know what is an FDP and why it is being conducted. See, for the kind information of all the participants, an FDP is not a merely a certificate earning program or which will help you in getting some APA or something like that. A faculty development program, in short, FDP. The main aim of this FDP is to prepare teachers with the latest teaching methods. Teaching method has changed a lot. It is not a chalk and talk method now. We do have internet oriented teaching. We do have digital teaching. So the main aim of conducting an FDP is to prepare teachers, faculties with the latest teaching methods. And they themselves the teachers, the participating teachers can use technology to impart effective education. And the ultimate benefit will go to the students. Okay, even if the teachers are attending the FDP, the ultimate beneficiaries of this FDP are the students, because teachers can teach students in a better way after attending an FDP. So FDP is a structured initiative, and it is also aimed at enhancing the skills and capabilities of faculty members. Mainly, an FDP will focus on training the trainers. Actually, it is called as training the trainers. We, the teachers, are already, we are the trainers. But what is happening in this FDP is training is being given to the trainers, so that we will be enriched, we can be updated, and we can deliver those updated knowledge, enriched knowledge to our students, who will benefit a lot from this FDP. To tell about this FDP on entrepreneurship, as we all know, entrepreneurship is the need of the hour today. Recently, I was going through a report, which was given by the government body during the year 2020. And that report, it says that India needs to create at least 90 million new jobs by 2030. By 2030, India, the government of India is in a very critical stage that it has to create at least 90 million new jobs. And how these jobs will be created? Can government create all these kind of jobs? No. So what is the only way to create jobs? Is to encourage people, is to encourage students to take entrepreneurship as a career. There is a Chinese proverb which comes like this: give a man a fish, he will be happy for a day. Teach a man how to fish, he will be happy for his lifetime. Giving a man a fish when he is hungry is like giving a man a job. For giving a job to a man, he'll be happy for some time. But when you teach a man how to fish, when you teach a man how to start your own business, how to become an entrepreneur, he'll be happy for his entire lifetime. So we as a teacher should encourage our students to become entrepreneurs, to become job creators. Entrepreneurs or job creators. Rather than being a job seeker, we must always encourage, emphasize our students to become a job creator. And the main emphasis of this FDP is like to inform, to induce a student in the field of entrepreneurship. See, entrepreneurs has got many traits, and even if you find any single trait in your student, please, you must try to induce their entrepreneurial skills with the help of that trait. And I'll tell you what are the traits that are needed to become an entrepreneur in the upcoming slides. To tell about this FDP on entrepreneurship, the government of India, the central government of India, has established a ministry called as Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship Development. Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. This is the new ministry that is being created by the government of India. In short, it is called as MSDE. And the main focus of this ministry is on developing entrepreneurial and employability skills among the youth through entrepreneurship education and training. Government is very keen about giving entrepreneurship education and training to the youth so that entrepreneurial and employability skills may be developed. And the ministry has also been trying to deliver world-class LMS. LMS is nothing but your learning and management system. And this has to be delivered to equip potential as well as early stage entrepreneurs, to encourage the early stage entrepreneurs. Government is focusing on delivering LMS to the potential entrepreneurs. And the government of India has launched several programs to develop entrepreneurs in sectors such as manufacturing, information technology, digital services, healthcare and sanitary, etc., etc. So, to achieve these objectives of creating an entrepreneur, encouraging an entrepreneur, the government has launched Pan India program, which is very famous nowadays, Pan India program. And through other programs such as Startup India, Stand Up India, Make in India, Digital India, Switch Bharat, and all these are aimed at further propelling entrepreneurship movement in India. And EDI is looking forward to increase its effort towards cultivating entrepreneurial bend of mind and knowledge in the youth. And the most crucial change agent in this process are the faculty members specializing in teaching entrepreneurship. So before teaching entrepreneurship to the students, we must be very specialized in teaching entrepreneurship, and hence the EDA is very keen on training the trainers, as I told you earlier, training the trainers. So as we are getting trained, we will be, delivering the entrepreneurship education in a better way to our students. So the main aim of this FDP is to train the teachers so that they can act as a resource person in guiding and motivating young students, especially in the field of science and technology stream. And we must encourage our students to take up entrepreneurship as their own career. So the main objective of this FTP is to train the trainers, because we will one day become a resource person, and we have to emphasize our students to take up entrepreneurship as a career, especially the students from the area of science and technology. Okay. The outcome. Next slide, sir, please. The outcome of this FTP. So at the end of this FTP, what are the expectations from the participants? Number one is understanding teaching and learning process. See, entrepreneurship education is different from a normal education. In normal education, we'll have a book, we'll have a theory, we'll have a derivation, we'll have a problem, something like that, illustration. So we'll teach that to our students. But entrepreneurship is different. Teaching entrepreneurship is very different. And today, the roles of teacher has changed. Teacher's role was confined only to teaching in the previous decades. But today, the role of teacher is multi-dimensional. You have to play a multi-dimensional role. You have to be a counselor for a student. You have to be a placement trainer for a student. You have to be a parent of a student. Likewise, today, the government is very focused on the teachers to deliver this entrepreneurial education to the children, to the students. And thirdly, we have to understand the importance of making teaching learning process more effective. We can't be bookish. Students do not expect teachers to be bookish. So we have to learn the practical aspects of entrepreneurs, practical knowledge about entrepreneurship, the schemes available, the scenario of entrepreneurship in India, the challenges, the prospects, the problems of entrepreneurship in India. All these will be taught to you in this FDP, and at the end of this FDP, the participants are expected to be, well versed in all such aspects. Next one is the pedagogical tools that will be used in this FDP. Slide number 4, 6. Next slide, sir. Next slide. Okay. Next slide. Next slide. Sir. Okay. Next one, sir. Next one. 6th slide, sir. No, sir. Next slide. Next slide. Pedagogical tools. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. So in this FDP, we will be using different kind of pedagogical tools. Like you will have lecture discussion as we are doing now. Sometimes you'll be given a case study and you'll be asked to solve it. You will have role play and simulation exercise. Simulations like having a model of that particular thing. You'll be exposed to a model of a workplace or something like that, and you'll be given some training. And most importantly, you will have interactions with experts in entrepreneurship. You'll be given interaction. You'll be made to interact with the successful entrepreneurs. You'll get to know about their secret of success, and you'll have some group work and practice session at the end of this FDP. So these are the basic things about this FDP. Now moving on to the main concept. Let me explain you about entrepreneurship first, how it has evolved, etc. See, entrepreneurship, originally it is not an English word. It is derived from a French word. Entrepreneurship is not an English word actually. It is a French word. It is derived from a French word, entrepreneurie. Entrepreneurship is derived from a French word, entrepreneurie, which means to start something or to undertake something, to start something. So one who start a own business, one who undertake an own business is called as an entrepreneur. One who starts own business or undertake an own business is called as an entrepreneur. And this word entrepreneur was coined by an economist called Jean-Baptiste. And it was Richard Cantillon in 18th century. He was an Irish-French economist. He was an Irish-French economist. And this person is widely credited with defining entrepreneurship. This Richard Cantillon was the person who defined the term entrepreneurship, who defined the term entrepreneurs, and he in his definition has quoted that entrepreneurs are the economic force that drive development. It was Richard Cantillon, and he defined entrepreneurs as an economic force that drives development. And it was a person called as Scumpeter. Sir, can you please move on to the 8th slide, sir? 8th slide, next slide, sir. Yeah. So this person, the previous slide, sir. Previous slide. Yes, sir. So this person is called as Joseph Alois Scumpeter. He was an Austrian political economist. He was an Austrian political economist, and he is called as the father of entrepreneurship. He served briefly as a finance minister of Austria in 1919. He was the finance minister of Austria. And in 1932, what he did was he immigrated to the United States to become a professor at Harvard University. And until the end of his career, he was in America as a professor. And he is well known for his theories in entrepreneurship, and he was called as the father of entrepreneurship. What is very special about Scumpeter is that He's best known for his theories on business cycle and development of capitalist economies. And he is also best known for introducing the concept of entrepreneurship worldwide. And what Computer thought was entrepreneur was the cornerstone of capitalism. He thought entrepreneurs as a cornerstone of capitalism, and he thought they are the source of innovation, which is vital for driving a capitalist economy. So he was very, very, contributory towards this entrepreneurship. He was the first person to tell that entrepreneurs are the source of innovation. Doing something, doing an existing thing in a new way is called as innovation. When you find something new, it is called as invention. When you do a particular thing which is already available in a new way, in an advanced way, in a modernized way, it is called as innovation. And Computer thought entrepreneurs as the source of innovation. And the more special about Computer is like he classified entrepreneurs into 4 types. Computer classified entrepreneurs into 4 types. There are many other classifications of entrepreneur, but in general, the major classification of entrepreneur is of 4 types. Number one is small business entrepreneurship. And number two is scalable startup entrepreneurship. Number three is large company entrepreneurship. And number four is social entrepreneurship. Sir, can you please move on to slide number 10, sir? 10th slide. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This one. So types of entrepreneurship. So in general, entrepreneurship is divided into 4 types. Number one is small business entrepreneurship. So let me explain each type with an example to you now. See, small business entrepreneurship or these businessmen, for example, these people run or own their own business. They'll hire their own family members, or sometimes they'll hire people from a local area. And for them, the profit would be able to feed their family alone, and they'll not make any million business or they'll not make any $100 million business, or they'll not take over an industry and all. They are the small business, and the profit they will earn will be enough for them. And they will usually fund their business by taking small business loans, or sometimes they'll get loans from their friends, families, etc. The local hairdresser, grocery store, travel agent, consultant, carpenter, electrician, etc. These people will come under this category called as small business entrepreneurship. And number two is scalable startup entrepreneurship. See, this startup entrepreneurs, they'll start a business knowing that their vision can change the world. They'll have a strong confidence that their vision, their long-term goal can change the world. And these kind of entrepreneurs will attract investors who think and encourage people who would think out of the box. So among the 4 types, these type of entrepreneurs, they'll think out of the box. They'll be very, very innovative, and they'll focus on scalable business and experimental models. And they'll hire the best and brightest employees. They'll never, go down with the quality of the employees. They'll hire best employees. They'll hire the brightest employees. And they require more venture capital to fuel and to back their projects or business. And number three is large company entrepreneurship. As the name suggests, these huge companies will have no, sir, the previous slide, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Third one. Yes, sir. The large company entrepreneurship. See, these are the huge companies who will have a defined life cycle, and most of these companies grow and sustain by offering new and innovative products that will revolve around their main products. They'll have a main product, but periodically, now and then, they will offer new and innovative products, and they will always keep in mind about the change in technology, customer preferences, competition, etc., which will build pressure for large companies to create an innovative product and sell it to the new set of customers in the market. To cope with the rapid technological changes, these kind of entrepreneurs, what they do is they either buy an innovative enterprise or attempt to construct the product internally. Either they'll, to keep up with the competition, they will sir, no sir, I have not completed the slide, the previous one. Yes sir, yes sir. So to cope up with the technological changes, the organization, they'll either buy innovative enterprise or they'll try to build their own product internally. And number 4 is social entrepreneurship. This is very, peculiar type of entrepreneurship. Usually entrepreneurs aim at making more profit, but this type of entrepreneurship focus on producing product and service that revolve around a social need or a problem. Social entrepreneurship, they are not profit oriented. They focus on product and service which revolve around the social needs and problems. And their main aim and goal is to work for the society and not to make any profits. So the best example of social entrepreneurship is like, I'll tell you a company in India. The best social entrepreneurs are like we do have Harish Hande and Urvashi Shani are the two famous social entrepreneurs in India, and there are a lot more successful social entrepreneurs like Shaheen Mistry, Chetna, Varghese Kurian, everybody. There are lots and lots of social entrepreneurs in India. Their main aim is not to earn profit but to serve the society through their business. Next slide, sir. Okay. So to become a successful entrepreneur, you must have certain characters, and these are the characters that are required to become a successful entrepreneur. Number 1 is like ability to take risk. There is a theory in economics called as risk theory, in which Alfred Marshall used to quote, "Profit is the reward for risk taken by the entrepreneurs." We may say that entrepreneurs are earning a lot; they are earning in crores and crores and crores. When we speak about Ambani or when we speak about a big shot, we used to, sometimes we used to be very mean. We used to be very mean. Sometimes we used to comment on their profits. But remember, profits earned by the entrepreneurs are the rewards for the risk taken by the entrepreneurs. See, starting any new venture involves a considerable amount of failure risk. We can't say that when we start a business, we'll earn profit, we'll be successful. That is not at all sure. There is a chance of risk also. So starting any new venture involves considerable amount of failure risk. Therefore, an entrepreneur needs to be courage, and he or she should be able to evaluate and take risk, which is an essential part of being an entrepreneur. So as an entrepreneur, you must always be ready to face risk. There is a principle in accountancy called as principle of conservatism, in which you must never expect profit in your business. You must always expect for the loss, the negative thing. Yeah, of course, that is the truth. As an entrepreneur, you must always be ready to face risk. No 2 days are same in the life of an entrepreneur. One day he'll be very happy. He will not have any risk. He will have more and more of profit. Everything will go well for an entrepreneur. On the second day, the scenario may change. He may have to face many risks. He may get lost. He may have some problems, but that should never deteriorate an entrepreneur. As an entrepreneur, you must always be willing to, you must always be ready to face the risk. This is the character number 1. And number 2 is innovation. As I told you earlier, customer will feel bored when he use same type of product or same type of service. If a customer is being used, he is using same type of product in the same design, same quality, same color of a product for a very long time, he or she may get bored. What he or she will do means he'll switch on to our competitor's product. So they'll get bored. So what is the only way to attract your customers? Only way to retain your customers is being innovative. So doing something, doing an existing thing in a new way is innovation. You're not going to find anything new. You're going to deliver an existing product in a new way. That is innovation. So as an entrepreneur, you must always be innovative. It should be highly innovative to generate new ideas, start a company and earn profits out of it. Change can be, for example, you can launch a new product in a new market. You can introduce a new process, new payment process, anything. What Paytm did is innovation. Paytm, before the invention of Paytm, before the introduction of Paytm, we used to carry money everywhere. We used to carry our wallet everywhere. But Paytm, that particular company, pay through mobile, the full form of Paytm is pay through mobile. They used market in a correct way. They found a gap for a payment system in India. So what they did, they used it. Now even a small shops, even a tea shop, even a street vendor is having a Paytm. That is innovation. You can pay through your mobile, even if you don't have a bank account. See, that is innovation. Okay. And number 3 is visionary and leadership quality. So to be successful, the entrepreneur should have a clear vision on his new venture. You must be clear about what is your business focus is about. You must be, as an entrepreneur, first you must be very clear about your venture, about your business. To turn the idea into reality, sometimes an entrepreneur will have an idea of starting a business. To turn that particular idea into reality, we need a lot of resource, right? From money, technology, people, and we need employees also. And here comes the leadership quality. So we do have many types of leadership, but what leadership style that you are going to follow, whether it is autocratic, whether it is bureaucratic, whether it is a free reign leadership, you're going to be a Hitler or a participative leader, or you're not going to take into consideration anything. You're going to be free and you're going to leave your, the employees also free. What is your style? See, each style has got its own advantage and disadvantage. It is up to that particular entrepreneur to choose the leadership style. In general, leadership is very, very, very vital for the success of entrepreneurship. It is said like this: leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. You are expected to be a participative leader in a country like India, where people are now, very focused and they are very active in social media. Whatever you do will be in social media in few minutes. So you must be a leader who's very participative, who's very, concerned towards your employees. So the thing about your visionary and leadership quality is turning an idea of an entrepreneur into reality requires more amount of resource, like starting from money, technology, people, etc. And also leadership style plays a vital role in the success of an entrepreneur. Usually there are 3 types of leadership style: autocratic, bureaucratic, and a free reign leader. So which you're going to choose is going to determine the fate of your business. And number 4, the 4th quality to become a successful entrepreneur is open-minded. See, in business, every circumstance can be an opportunity. Every success, every minute can be an opportunity, and that can be used for the benefit of a company. For example, I'll tell you again. For example, Paytm. Paytm is the best example for this open-mindedness. Before demonetization, the situation is different. There was not a problem with the flow of money, etc. But after demonetization, what happened? The need for online transaction grew. Even during the time of demonetization, who suffered a lot? The common people without a bank account, the common people who doesn't know how to operate net banking, who doesn't know how to use their credit card or a debit card, they suffered a lot. So what Paytm did was, they recognized and acknowledged the need for online transaction. And It used the situation and expanded massively during this time. You just go through some, even before some 5-6 years, there was nothing called as GPay, PhonePe or a Paytm. Only after demonetization, the need for digitalization, digital transaction came into India, and Paytm used that particular opportunity. So what I'm coming to try, what I'm trying to say is, in business, each and every minute can give you an opportunity. So you must use it in a correct way, in a positive way. My professor, finance, he was my professor in finance, Dr. Sivakumaran. He used to tell me the main aim of every businessman is to make money even from a 1 rupee. Even from 1 rupee, even a businessman is investing 1 rupee in a business, he must expect profit from that. So you must always be very vigilant. Any moment can be an opportunity for earning profit in your business. Paytm used it and they are very successful now. And the next character of being an entrepreneur is the flexibility. So we used to take change is the only thing that does not change. Changes everywhere. No 2 days or same in a business. For example, today my customer may come, he may opt for a black color shirt. So what I think is, okay, people are buying black shirt. So tomorrow let us have more number of black shirt stock. But the next day they may not buy a black shirt. So no 2 days are same in a business. An entrepreneur should be flexible and he must be open to change according to the situation. To be on the top of a market or to be on the top of a business chain, he should be equipped to embrace change in the production and service. And as and when needed, you must change your business. Once we used to wait in a queue to, bill our products when we shop. But today we are not ready to, the customers are not ready to wait in a queue. They want their things to be done very fast. So today the billing system has changed. For example, I'll tell you the flexibility. Billing system has changed. You need not wait in a queue. People are simply scanning it. And immediately after scanning, within few minutes of time, your bill will be generated. So this is flexibility. Adjusting yourself according to the trends and according to the situations in the market is called as flexibility. Only when an entrepreneur is flexible and he is open to change, he can win a situation. Finally, the most important character of an entrepreneur is knowing your product. A company owner or an entrepreneur should know the product offerings, and he or she must always be aware about the latest trends in the market. Trends always change. Customers' taste, preference, expectation always change. It is essential to know if the product available or the service that you're offering is meeting the demands of the current market, or whether it is time to tweak a little, whether you have to change it. You must see whether your product, the product that you're offering, is meeting the demand of your customer, or it is meeting the current market properly, or else you have to change a little. See, being able to be accountable and then alter as needed is a vital part of entrepreneurship. Changing something according to your customer expectations is a vital part. See, customers are your ultimate deciders of your success. So, changing your product as per the requirements or as per the expectation of the consumer is not at all a problem. So these are the main characters of an entrepreneur. So when we teach our students, when you teach your students, tell them entrepreneurs are risk takers, they are innovatives, they are visionary, and they have a good leadership quality. You should be open-minded, flexible, and the main thing is know your product. Whether knowing your product is not like, getting all the details of your product. You must know whether your product or service that you're offering is meeting the current market demand. If it is meeting, no problem. If not, change your product a little bit so that you can earn more amount of profit in the future. So now we have one video to be played. I'll tell the organizer to play a video. Please go through that. Sir, Anbuli sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, can you please use the mindset? There is a video called as Entrepreneur Mindset.
Okay.
So now a video will be played. Just go through it, because when we are going through things continuously, you may get bored sometime. So just go through this video, and this video will tell you about the mindset of an entrepreneur. And an entrepreneur should always think like a billionaire. This video will tell you that.
Just a minute. It is- Entrepreneur mindset, sir. Right, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Entrepreneur mindset. Participants, please go through this video, and I'll meet you after this video. Let us continue after this video. Yes. Sir? Sir, kindly play the video, sir. Anbuli, sir?
Yes, sir.
Sir, kindly.
Yes. I couldn't able to hear you properly.
No, sir. Kindly play that video, sir. The first video, Entrepreneur Mindset.
It's going on.
Okay, okay, sir.
It is visible.
No, sir. No, sir.
My screen is sharing.
Participants, or can you see the video, please? Please.
Participants, can you see
text
the
in
video?
message.
Kindly text
No,
in
sir,
the
no,
message. Oh, my screen is sharing my screen. Just a moment. If it is not that, just put it in the chat box, then only we can come to know. Now whether we are able to see my screen?
Screen is visible, sir, but not the video. Please double click it, sir. Or you can
Now it
right
is
click.
visible.
No, sir, the screen is only visible.
It is playing.
Just right click the video on it, sir.
You're able to see your video. All the videos are there.
Yes, sir. All the videos are there. Kindly right click the video, the first video, and the play, sir. Yeah, open with, sir. Go to the open with. Down, sir, down. Open with.
VLC media player.
Anything, sir. VLC media player. Yes, sir.
Now the screen is visible.
No, sir. Only the screen is visible, not the video.
Right? For me, it's visible.
Or please share that link in the screen, sir. We'll see it. Yeah. The video is visible, sir.
Okay.
Just play it, sir. Just go for it.
I will put it in the.
Okay, sir. Just play it, sir. It is visible now. It's visible.
So it is visible now.
Yes, sir. It is visible. It is visible.
Okay.
But please increase the sound, sir. I think they couldn't hear the sound.
Full audio is there. The audio is full.
Okay. Yes, the participants, I have posted this video link in your message. You can please go through that because I think the sound is not audible, right? So you can go through this video in the link which I have posted. Sir, let us go on to the PPT itself, sir.
Okay.
Participants can go through the video when you're free. So we'll move on to the need for entrepreneurship. So why are we focused towards entrepreneurship education? We have got an exclusive FTP for training the trainers in the field of entrepreneurship. We are focusing on entrepreneurship. Why? So why does what is the need for this entrepreneurship? Is that see entrepreneurship encourages innovation, many new things, many new technologies, many new products, many new services has come into existence only with the help of this entrepreneurship. And as I told you earlier, entrepreneurship will create jobs. You are job creators. Always teach your students to become a job creator rather than being a job seeker. And entrepreneurship will improve standard of living. It introduces visible change in the society as well as in the nation. And entrepreneurship contributes a lot to research and development. For all such reasons, we are very much focused towards entrepreneurship in the present decade. Let us wait for the PPT.
The PPT is going on. You can't able to with the PPT?
No, sir. No, it is no, sir. No, sir.
Sharing.
Close the screen and please.
Now it is visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The next slide, sir. Next slide. Next slide. Yes, sir. No, next slide, sir. Next one. 13. Slide number 13. Next slide. Next slide. Okay. Yeah. Now we'll move on to the most important concept. What are the various importance of entrepreneurship? See, we are focusing on entrepreneurship, everything. We are conducting an FDP on entrepreneurship. Why it is so important? Is that so much important? Why it is the need of the hour now? So let us look into that. Number one is entrepreneurship creates employment. See, it generates employment. It provides an entry-level job required for gaining experience and training for an unskilled worker. After gaining expertise and after gaining some skills, they can even start their own business. So that is the first important of entrepreneurship. It creates jobs. So at the beginning of this session, I told you by the year 2030, India is in need of 90 million jobs. How this 90 million jobs will be created in our country? Can the government go with it? Can a government do that? No, it is impossible. Government can create, but only a limited amount of job. What about the remaining? So it is only possible with the help of entrepreneurship, because entrepreneurs are job creators. And as I told you, the most important aspect of entrepreneurship is innovation. Entrepreneurship is the hub of innovation. It provides new product, new market, new technology, and the quality of goods will also be in a new condition. It also increases the standard of living of the people. Imagine before Paytm, before Google Pay, what was our situation? And what is our situation now? We are not at all carrying a cash. We are going out for shopping or something with only with your mobile phone. See, that is innovation. That is the innovation that is created by an entrepreneurship. Imagine services. You can avail all services in your mobile phone. You need not visit the branch. Nobody knows where your branch is. Even you can open your bank account with the help of your phone. Innovation, that is innovation. You can apply for loan. When I was a student, I used to walk to branch to apply for education loan, something like that. But today, you can even apply for loan online. Everything. This is innovation of entrepreneurship. How these innovation has come? Some entrepreneur, some businessman has got this idea of converting this traditional method into new methods, into digital methods. And also government of India is very keen towards paperless, cashless economy. Government doesn't want to spend more on, they expect cashless, paperless economy through digital modes. And this is innovation. And the main impact of this entrepreneurship on society and community development is that only a society becomes greater if the employment base of that particular society is large and diverse. Only when the society has got good amount of employment opportunity, it will be a harmonized society. There will not be any problem. There will not be any threat of burglary, theft, murder, something like that. And it brings about a change in society and promotes facilities like higher expenditure on education. People will spend more on education only when if their employment base is good. They'll spend more on sanitation. There'll no more slums will be there. Higher level of home ownership will be there, etc. So therefore, entrepreneurship assists the organization towards a more stable and high quality of community life. Next, it supports, it increases the standard of living. Entrepreneurship helps to improve the standard of living of a person by increasing the income. The standard of living, what does it mean? It means the increase in consumption of various goods and services of by a household for a particular period. So when they create employment, they try to increase the income of a particular individual. When an income of an individual is increased, so directly it will improve their standard of living. That is done with the help of entrepreneurship. And entrepreneurship supports research and development. New products, new services, it has to be researched and tested before launched into a market. And an entrepreneur also dispenses finance for research and development. They'll sometimes collaborate with the research institutions, universities. So before bringing a product or service directly into the market, entrepreneurs will get the help from research universities or agencies. They'll do research whether they can bring in this product, they can bring in the service, etc. And thereby promotes research, general constructions and development in the economy. So for all such reasons, you need entrepreneurship. We, not you, we all need entrepreneurship in our day-to-day life. Next important thing is that, as I told in the beginning, what are the important traits that are required to become an entrepreneur? I told you, you can see entrepreneurs are not, they are not born, they are created. Entrepreneurs are created. How create an entrepreneur? There are certain traits that gives rise to entrepreneurial spirit. So when you see any one of this trait in a student, try to develop all the other traits. There are 5 important traits in entrepreneurship. To become a successful entrepreneur, and individuals should have 5 important traits. And all these traits are available in a person. So our main duty as a teacher, as a trainer, our main duty is to see whether these type of traits are available in our students. Even if one trait is available, try to induce all the traits, thereby inducing entrepreneurial skills, entrepreneurial spirit, inculcate entrepreneurial spirit among your students. And number 1 is passion. Number 1 is passion. See, money cannot be a driving force for an entrepreneur to succeed. Money alone cannot be a driving force for an entrepreneur to succeed. You can make money from more conventional practice, and those conventional practice may involve less effort, minimum risk, minimum challenge, etc. To be able to endure all the hardships that come with entrepreneurial lifestyle, one must love what they do, and they must be extremely passionate about the product or service. Can you get my point? What I'm coming to tell is entrepreneurship is not only a money making. It's not only about money making. There are more easy way to make money. There are less risk involved in making money. There are some process where you do not have challenge at all to make money. So making money is not entrepreneurship. It's not the primary, objective of entrepreneurship. One must have passion towards entrepreneurship. Only then they can be very successful. What is passion? Loving to become an entrepreneur. One must have love towards entrepreneurship. So being an entrepreneur involves rigorous effort, right? And when you see the interviews of successful entrepreneurs, they'll tell, I had got sleepless night. I have not slept for days. When I started my business, I didn't sleep for night. So you will have multiple sleepless nights. You will have uncountable risk in entrepreneurship, especially in the beginning stage. In the initial stage, you will face more risk. But true entrepreneurs, they are not afraid about any of these challenges, and they are so focused on their dream and vision. When will you be so focused on your dream and vision? When you love entrepreneur, when you have passion towards entrepreneurship. So only when a person has got a passion towards entrepreneurship, they do not give up when a challenge rises. Instead, they face the storm. They face the storm and stick with their dream and passion. A great example of this is Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs. He said once, I'm convinced that about half of what separates the successful entrepreneurs from the non-successful one is pure perseverance. Perseverance is keep on trying. When a person will keep on trying, when he's having a love towards a particular thing, he'll keep on trying. So passion is the main trait that give rise to entrepreneurship, that give rise to entrepreneurial spirit in an individual, loving to become an entrepreneurship. Though they have more of problem, more number of risk, sleepless night, everything, when you have passion towards entrepreneurship, you can succeed. Number one. So the first trait to become a successful entrepreneur is passion. Number two is solution driven. Number two is solution driven. See, when you're working in a traditional workplace, say for an example, I'm working in a college. I'm an assistant professor where I'll have some seniors for me. I'll have associate professors. Above me, I'll have associate professors. There will be professor, dean, director. So what I'm coming to say is, in a traditional working place, you will always have the option to look to your superior, or you will sometimes have the help of your peer when you are stuck with a problem or something like that. Either you can go and get help from your superiors, or your co-workers will sometimes help you to get to solve the problem or to come out of that particular problem. But entrepreneurs, they don't have this liberty. Who's there to guide the entrepreneurs? They'll not have any seniors, no co-help. Hence, an entrepreneur should always be solution driven. If they want to overcome the challenge they are facing, an entrepreneur should always be solution driven, because nobody is there to guide you. Nobody will be there to exchange their ideas. There will not be any superiors, there will not be any peer group to help you. Whereas in a traditional working place, when you work in an office or in a college, you'll have some peer group, some superiors, some leaders to help you. So keeping this in mind, an entrepreneur should always be solution driven. They must not rely upon anybody to help them. They are the person to help themselves. And there is in his book, there is a book called as Leaders eat last. Leaders eat last. Why some teams pull together and others don't? Motivational speaker Simon Sneak writes, he's a motivational speaker. Simon Sneak, in his book Leaders Eat Last, he has written like this: if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. I repeat, motivational speaker Simon Sneak, in his book Leaders Eat Last, he uttered a word: if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. Yes, a true entrepreneurs know how to solve a problem and motivate their team to work together towards a common goal. So as an entrepreneur, you must know how to solve a particular problem, and there is always a solution to a problem. As an entrepreneur, you must find out the solution. Only then your team will be encouraged. When you get down, when you are afraid of a problem, when you become dull during a problem, your entire team will become dull. Your entire team will collapse. So as an entrepreneur, you must be strong in facing problem. You must always try to find solution for a particular problem. Only then your team will be encouraged. Only then your team will be staying positive in doing a particular work. Yes. And the third try to become a successful entrepreneur is mission. Most startups, most business at the very beginning stage, they fail due to one primary reason. Can you get my point? Most startups or most business, they fail at very earliest stage of their business, very earliest stage. My some used to say, I started business just 2 months back, but I have failed. I got lost. I lost all money. They used to say. What is the primary reason for business to fail at a very early stage is lack of focus, lack of mission, lack of focus is the primary reason for a startup to fail, for a business to fail at a very beginning stage. See, after you launch your first venture, after you launch your first business, you might lose hope. Yes, we are, we are human beings. We'll lose hope and we'll feel that our business will never take off. We will never going to be very successful. I'm not going to be, I'll not make profit. Everything, you'll get all this type of negative mindset will come. But successful entrepreneurs will never feel negativity. We used to have negative mindset. What I'm going to do with this business? I'm not sell. So I have not sell even a single product. Not even a single person has come and got my product. You may lose hope. You may have a feeling that my business is going to fail. It will never take off. But these are the mindset of a normal people. They are not eligible to become an entrepreneur at all, because a successful entrepreneur will never feel negativity. Not only they are optimistic about their future, they'll always look ahead. They will always have a different path. They will always have a plan in place for their business. So entrepreneurs are optimistic. They're always positive thinkers. I read an essay, thoughts on various subjects. The name of the essay is, time, just read it, I'll put in the chat box. Thoughts on various subjects. It's an essay written by Jonathan Swift. So I got to and in which I came across a beautiful verse about vision. Vision Pathana. VISION. About vision. I came to a beautiful line by Jonathan Swift. Vision is the art of seeing things that are invisible. Vision is the art of seeing things that are invisible. Yes, entrepreneurs will have a vision and a mission. They share this with each other. Their team will have the team. Their team understands why they do what they do, what the goal is, and what their role is on the path to success. So a good entrepreneur will have a mission, will have a clear idea about what they are doing. Not only they have, will share that mission with the team so that they will know what they're doing, what the goal is, what is their role on the path of success. Everything they'll get to know. So a successful entrepreneur will have a mission. Successful entrepreneur is always optimistic. They'll never in a negative way. They never break things down. And four is innovation. The mindset of the entrepreneur
Sir, your voice is breaking.
very creative. Now, sir.
It's good. Thank you.
So number 4 is innovation. The mindset of an entrepreneur is always creative, and that is what is separating an entrepreneur from the other persons. Be creative. They'll always have to think out of the box. Don't think in a normal way that normal people do. An entrepreneur will have to think outside the box. Thinking this way, they'll be able to come up with great ideas. And these great ideas are then executed in the form of a product or a service. That's it. He will not think in a normal way. An entrepreneur is always creative. He should think out of the box. By thinking out of the box, they'll be able to come up with great ideas. And these ideas are then executed. These ideas are then converted into a product or a service. This is what, this is about creativity. The more you use, the more you have. That is creativity. So an entrepreneur should always be very creative. And entrepreneurs always need to be on the lookout for a new and efficient way of doing things. Doing billing, I'll tell you an example. Billing, for example, I'll tell you billing. Putting bill for your product. See, that is a normal thing. We are doing it for decades, for years. But billing system, evolution of a billing system, right from manual to technology. See today, see the evolution. That is creativity. Billing system. Just scanning is enough. It saves time. So this is the outcome of a creativity of an individual. Billing system, right? Packaging, delivering, even the payment methods, all those things are the creativity or the outcome of the creativity of an entrepreneur. And they have to come up with these ideas to change, that can even change the world. The ideas of entrepreneurs can even change the world. What Paytm did, what GPay did, what PhonePe did, it has changed the world. Even an uneducated, even a street vendor, they are using Paytm, PhonePe, everything, even for a small money, 5 rupee, 10 rupee, 15 rupees, 20 rupee, 100, thousands. This is innovation. And the most important right is the lifestyle. See, the lifestyle of an entrepreneur, is that very luxurious, or can entrepreneur's lifestyle is always be happy? No. The lifestyle of an entrepreneur can be extremely tricky. It is not a bed full of roses. The lifestyle of an entrepreneur is not a bed full of roses. There is a phrase in English called as, my path is not a bed full of roses. Is that a bed full of thorns? No. It is very tricky to understand the lifestyle of an entrepreneur. You need to run your own entire company, and you will have a multiple role to play. you will have more responsibility. You also need to ensure that you're maintaining a healthy work-life balance, right? It is easy to get lost in the complexities of your growing business and forget about your personal life. Sometimes your personal health will be affected. However, this is not a healthy or scalable practice. So what an entrepreneur should do, he or she should chalk out a plan to ensure that they are spending sufficient time in the company, they are spending sufficient time with their families, loved ones, etc. Because in entrepreneurship, the advantage that you have is that flexible hours. When you go for an office, you will have a fixed hour. You have to sign in by 9, you have to get out by 5, you have to talk. That is not the case of entrepreneurship. The working hours here is flexible, but the entrepreneur should ensure that you are able to shut off from your work and take a breath once a while. You must always not focus on work. Spend time for your family, spend time for your own health, your own entertainment, your own friends, loved ones. Moreover, an entrepreneur should take utmost care of the health, as your business is entirely dependent on you. You are the only person to take your business to the next level. There are more number of employees who are dependent on you. So as an entrepreneur, you must take care of your health properly. If you are unwell, there will be no one to replace you to drive your company forward. Keep this in your mind always. Though your lifestyle is tricky, though your lifestyle it is complicated, try to chalk out a plan. Try to have a separate time management for everything, and always remember, you're the sole owner here. So you're the only person to take your business forward. If you are unwell, your business will collapse. So these 5 are the various traits of becoming a successful entrepreneur. Are you clear with it so far? Is it good? Is it good so far? Any comments about the thing? We have got 5 or 6 more slides to go. Are you clear with what I have taught you till now? If it is clear, put an S in the chat box. Please give me a yes in the chat box if it is clear. Give me an S chat box. Yeah. Okay. I have posted you a link. We have got 7 more slides to go, but before going into the next topic, I have posted you a link, and let us have a break for 10 minutes. Just go through this video. This video is about the most successful for minutes. I'll get back to you in 10 minutes.
I will play the
Go through this video.
I will play.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Which one, sir? Which one?
The top 5 lessons. Top 5.
Are you able to see my screen?
No, sir.
Literally, the screen has been shared. Screen is visible now?
Yes, sir, but the screen is visible, not the video, sir.
Now
Yes,
the
yes.
video. Whether it is visible, this video is visible?
No, sir, not yet, sir.
Started. The screen is visible. Now you can see the video?
No, sir, not yet, sir.
Screen is visible.
Sir, right click it and do
I
it, sir.
will go with that.
Open with, yeah, we'll see.
Are you able to see?
No, sir, not yet, sir.
What is the issue? You are able to see my screen. Still the screen is not visible. It shows that your screen, sharing your screen is coming out. Kindly anyone can help me, whether it is visible or not, participants.
It's not visible, sir.
Whether my screen is visible now, kindly help me. You can see the people.
The video is not.
I am not at
Video is not.
Yeah,
Video is not.
I don't know. Now, can you see? Can you see the video?
No, sir.
Why? Screen is visible. Screen is visible, then why? Now?
Yes, sir, it is visible, sir.
Now the video is visible.
Yes, sir. Shall I continue, sir? Anbuli, sir?
Sir?
Nothing, sir, nothing.
Let them.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Let them watch the video. Are you able to hear the audio?
No, sir. No, sir.
Now?
Yeah, sir.
Okay, thank you. So you can start. Dr. Vivek. Dr. Vivek. Dr. Vivek.
Yes, sir. Shall I continue, sir?
You can
Yeah.
continue.
Yes.
Just a minute. I will.
Can you please go on to the slide, sir?
Yeah, just. This one, right? Am I right? The slide is.
So no, sir. It's not yet visible, sir.
I already shared the screen. Whether it's now visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, sir, you can go ahead. There was some disturbance.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So now we'll move on to the most important aspects of this FDP. We'll be seeing about unleashing entrepreneurship, in which we are going to discuss something about the present scenario of entrepreneurship in India. So we all know India has emerged as, in the recent days, in the recent decades, India, our country, has emerged as one of the most attractive destinations for startups in the world. India is home to more than 50,000 startups. In the recent decade, it has come. And according to the report by NASSCOM, can somebody tell me what is NASSCOM? Any idea of NASSCOM? NASSCOM, any idea about what is a NASSCOM? See, NASSCOM is the short form for National Association of Software and Service Companies. So according to a report by NASSCOM, India's startup ecosystem is expected to create more than 12.5. Once again, please. So according to the report given by NASSCOM, India's startup ecosystem is expected to create more than 12.5 lakhs direct jobs by the year 2025. And however, it is possible. How to create lakhs and lakhs of jobs, that to direct jobs by 2025. It is made possible by the push of government, Indian government, because the Indian government has moved towards digital economy, paperless, cashless economy. And this creation of jobs is possible only with the help of this initiative of the Indian government. Also, the key factor that has contributed to the growth of entrepreneurship is in India is availability of capital. Once people were, very demotivated to become entrepreneurs because they don't have enough money, and banks were also reluctant to give them money. That is not the case today. The capital availability is abundant today. Banks are very much interested to give loans to the entrepreneurs, and there are some other agencies called as, I'll write it in the chat box, and there are certain agencies called as, especially in places like Madurai, we have got big district industry center, we have Madisha, we have KVIC. These are the agencies which are helpful in giving financial assistance to the entrepreneurs. So availability of capital is the other key factor that have led to the growth of entrepreneurship in India. And India has a robust venture capital ecosystem. Several domestic and international venture capital firms are investing in India, in Indian startups. That is the other reason. And in 2021, Indian startup companies raised a record of $26.3 billion, $26.3 billion in funding. That was only $10.6 billion in the year 2020, which has grown to $26.3 billion in the year 2021. And this has become possible only with the help of this venture capitalists. And it is easy for entrepreneurs to secure funding for their ventures, and has all enabled them to scale their business more quickly also. So availability of capital, focus of government towards digital economy, robust venture capital ecosystem, all such criteria has made India the most attractive destinations for the startups, especially in the present decade. And India is expected to grow more in the field of entrepreneurship in the upcoming days too. Now, let us move to slide number 18. Number 18, sir. Slide number 18, please, sir. Yeah, 18. Next slide, sir. Next slide. 18, number 18, slide 18. Next one, sir. Next, say 18th slide, sir. Challenges. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This one. So, though we are speaking about the robust growth of entrepreneurship in India, the fund that has raised through venture capitals, etc. As there is a two side of a coin, we must know entrepreneurs in India has got more number of challenges to face, as well as there are opportunities. So we are going to discuss in detail about the major challenges that are faced by entrepreneurs in India, as well as the opportunities they would have. The first and foremost challenges that is faced by an entrepreneur in India is financing. You may have a question, sir. Just now you told me that there are many agencies to fund entrepreneurs. There are many venture capitals, but now you are telling that financing is a major problem. What is that, sir? See, though there are many funding agencies, yet financing is a problem in India. In a developing country like India, financing is still a problem. Getting funds for your business is one of the main issues that all the business face, and they have to tackle with it to survive. You might have saved the initial money to start a business, right, from your some other source of income, or some personal source. You might have saved some money to start a business, but it won't help to survive for a long. Steady cash flow is crucial for a business. You need a steady cash flow. You always need to have an extra fund to take care of your business. Sometimes you may have an unexpected expenses. You may have to purchase more. You may have to recruit some specialists. For such reasons, you may have to maintain some extra funds. And as an entrepreneur, you need to ensure that you have a well-prepared business strategy ahead of time. You need a strategy because in order to cope up with the changes in the market, in order to face your competition, in order to serve your customers in a better way, you need a strategy. And you need to ensure that you have a well-prepared business strategy ahead of time. And that strategy will consist of funds set aside for worst case scenario. You must never expect best case in your business. Sometimes you should also expect the worst case. In order to meet out this worst case, you need fund. You need a strategy to raise fund. And always remember, when you are in a new business, you will certainly have restricted accessibility of funds. And also, you have much less room, for error. You must do less error when you are in an initial stage. And when you are in an initial stage, this financing will be a problem. When you are an established business, when you earn a more profit, when you have a good reputation, there will be many person who are ready to, fund you, who are ready to give you money, who are ready to lend you money. But in the initial stage, you will face problem in accessing to the funds. So that is being mentioned. The first and foremost problem is financing. You must always need an extra finance to meet out some unexpected expenses or unexpected scenario. Number two is lack of planning. See, planning is defined as deciding in advance. Deciding about something in advance is called as planning. Many number of startups, they used to fail. Many number of business used to fail because they don't do planning. They don't have proper plan, or they did strategize, yet they did not cover all the base. They might have a plan, but they'll not have a complete plan. So a business will fail for two reasons. Number one, they will not have a good plan. Number two, they will not have a plan which covers everything. So you must have a plan, and that plan should cover all your business aspects. Only then your business will succeed. So you must plan about your sales, about your development, about funding, everything. And you need your business plan right from the start, not just that you require to prepare for the important things. You cannot prepare for important things alone. You must prepare plan for everything right from the starting till the end. You must have a good plan. If you cannot plan for every possibility, you require to recognize what you're most likely to do when events take an unforeseen turn. So planning is the most important aspect, most important challenge that each and every entrepreneur face. You need to plan for each and every aspects of your business. And the third major challenge is hiring a right talent. Hiring a right people. Sir, your mic is in on mode, sir. Anboli sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. And the third challenge is hiring the right talent. See, particular abilities are important, not just for your business to India, but for your expansion. Recognizing the specific abilities you require, as well as exactly how to obtain those crucial individuals aboard, would be the identifying. Consider just how well your startup grows. For a small group, the employment procedure consumes important time, and that could be invested in various other locations of business. Yet on the other hand, not having the right people can produce extreme bottlenecks and also delay the rollout of new products or service. So this is one of the issues that no startup can afford, particularly in the early days. Do not take risk in hiring wrong people. Do not take people who just for the reason that they expect only small amount as salary or wages. Do not feel that, because if you don't have a proper people in your hand, that will create a chaos, that will create a confusion, that will affect your product or service. So don't take risk in hiring a wrong people. Hire right people for the right job. Do not see money, because when you see money, the entire process may get collapsed. So having a right people is the third challenge. And the fourth challenge is effective marketing. Effective marketing within a limited budget. Both things are combined here. You must have effective marketing strategy, but in a limited budget. You must not spend more for that. In limited budget, how can you do effective marketing? Is your fourth major challenge. Some startups, they sometimes assume that they can ignore marketing strategy entirely and hope that word of mouth will be sufficient. Nowadays, people are very keen about social medias, right? In social media, they used to market their products. If a couple is very famous in Instagram, they'll ask that particular couple to market their product, and the company will be giving a lesser amount of remuneration to that particular couple. That is happening nowadays. But this will not be possible in all the case. Being a startup, being a business at the earliest stage, it is essential to create visibility among your consumers. You must be visible among your consumer. How can you be visible, your business be visible? It can be done only with the help of effective marketing techniques. And try to do this effective marketing technique with a limited budget. But you must reach your target audience in the right time, in the right way. That should be your main motive. You must reach your customers in a right way. Your product should be reach your target customers in a right way. So try to plan accordingly. You must have an effective marketing technique. Do not ignore marketing technique. You need a marketing technique. You need to be visible among your customers. So number 4 is effective marketing with a limited budget. And number 5 is self-doubt and uncertainty. Self-doubt and uncertainty. See, for especially for the first-time entrepreneurs, for the first-time businessmen, dealing with the uncertainties of the venture, dealing with the uncertainty of a business can be a tough task. It will be a tough task, dealing with uncertainty. Entrepreneurs can often feel ultimately responsible for the success or failure. You're the sole responsible for your success as well as your failure. And there are also many detours and deviations from the initial plan. Your plan may be one, and the execution, during the time of execution, you may get deviated from the plan sometimes. So all of this can take a toll on the entrepreneur. The environment that most business operate in should be accepted as the reality, and the changes accepted without much resistance. Entrepreneurs should remain calm and true to their vision. You must not doubt yourself. Do not have doubt of yourself. Be confident. Remember, an entrepreneur is a person with optimistic character. You can achieve things, you can earn profit, you can expand your business, you can take your business to next level. You must have such vision, such mindset, not self-doubt. And number 6 is dealing with criticisms. See, when you are an entrepreneur, criticism comes as a part and parcel of your job. Every decision of an entrepreneur can be met with the criticisms by the team. The team may criticize you, your partner may criticize you, the investor may criticize you, sometimes your customer may criticize you, even your family members can criticize you. You must never be deteriorated by seeing these criticisms. Even established entrepreneurs such as Tata must deal with criticisms. Do you think Ratan Tata will never have any criticism? Do you think Ambani will never have any criticism? Each and every entrepreneur will have criticisms. The level, the intensity of criticisms may vary. At the beginning stage, you will have one kind. At the growth stage, at the at the stage where you are top in the market, you will have some kind of criticism. Everybody has to get through this. The key in accepting a criticism is to separate the waste from the truly helpful feedback. Sometimes you will get good feedback through this criticism. Accept the true feedback and just ignore all the waste things. That will prove yourself valuable. See, once you have evaluated the criticisms, you can even ask to follow-up questions. And these follow-up questions can help you understand criticisms better. You may even be appreciated for this and find some useful insights. Criticisms will never give you negativity. You can even find some valuable things from criticisms. So have in mind, criticism is a part and parcel of your job. Everybody has to face criticism. And the thing is, observe the criticisms, take valuable insights, take valuable feedback from the criticisms, and remove all the unwanted things. That will lead you to success. And the seventh challenge is attractive customers. Getting customers for your product or service can be the difference between the success and failure of your business. So what differentiates your business from success and failure is getting a customer. And many business have started with powerful ideas. They have started with powerful ideas, but could not survive. Why? They've got good idea, no? They've got powerful idea. Then why they were unable to survive? Because they had powerful ideas, but they failed to reach the right customers. Can you get my point? They had good idea. They had powerful idea. But the thing is that they failed to reach the right customers. There are several ways of reaching the right customers. Today, which is the powerful tool to reach your customer? Social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp are the powerful tools used today. See, the entrepreneur should invest time in understanding the customer expectations, and if needed, leverage their network to reach the customers. Always do not be, a traditional person. Today, the world has changed. Understand or study how you can reach your customers. Do accordingly. Customers are ultimate deciders of your profit, of your success. So your idea have to reach your customers. So do whatever is needed to reach your customers according to today's needs, today's demand, today's expectation, today's scenario. Reach your customer. I told you an example. Today you can reach your customer with the help of social networks, social media. Do it. You can be a successful entrepreneur. And the eighth challenge that you face as an entrepreneur is in the field of decision making. Not everybody can make good decisions. Everybody cannot make good decisions. Decision making in a business situation can be daunting. It is a daunting work, especially when there are so many things riding on each decisions. Businessmen, entrepreneurs can face a dilemma while making decision, especially when they have limited information. Businessmen will always have a dilemma while making a decision. So this entrepreneur must also guard themselves against getting overly involved in decision making and causing a delay. And because this delay may result in slowing down the entire progress. So you need not take all the decisions. Don't involve yourself in decision making alone. So what can you do? Delegate the smaller decisions to your team of experts. You yourself don't involve in all decision making. Delegate all small decision making things to your team. You'll have an expert team, no? You should have an expert team, some senior person. Just give them some chance. Delegate your decision making things to them. Ask them to come up with alternatives before evaluating options. Before finally deciding, ask them to come up with alternatives. See, when you are involved in decision making, you will get lost in it. So important decisions or tedious decisions, the major decisions, get involved. Otherwise, delegate those decision making to your team, to your expert team. Let them do it. So your work will also be, reduced. So eighth one is making decisions where you yourself get away from decision making, do major decisions by yourself, delegate the smaller decision making to your team of experts, let them come up with the ideas, let them come up with the options, let them decide on things. Okay. And number 9 is time management. Time management, as we told earlier, when we spoke about the lifestyle of an entrepreneur, we just saw about the time management. Many businessmen, they lack time management. They suffer from, the inability to manage their time efficiently. Even the best entrepreneurs, they struggle to manage their time properly because they got multi-dimensional role to play. They take up roles out of their expertise. They can find it challenging to get things done. The challenges often pop up when the entrepreneurs have to deal with conflicting priorities, and they must let go of their perfectionist streak to move the business process along. So they face problem in time management. Plotting goals and making schedules can be a lifesaver here. What you should do, you should prepare the priority list, which is the top priority, for which you must give top priority. Make schedules, prepare timetables, just like what timetables we have. Prepare schedules which can save your life, which can save your business. And all that you need to do is ensure that smaller goals tie up with the larger goals and your business vision. You may have smaller goals, larger goals, everything. See to that they are, lined up properly. Smaller goals must be, connected to the larger goals, and this larger goals should be connected to your business vision. Only then you can be very successful. Of course, this is very tedious. Being a single owner, being a single, leader, it is very tough for you to manage your time, but there is no other go. Try to prepare a priority list, try to prepare schedules, work accordingly, you can manage your time properly. And the 10th challenge is office infrastructure. The more important thing, infrastructure of your office. When you look, when you skim about this office infrastructure, it may not look very important, but when you deeply analyze it, it is a very important factor that influences that determines the success or failure of an entrepreneur. Your workplace rent and associated cost are the first things that you should look at when you start thinking of cutting cost, especially when starting a new business. When you want to reduce your cost, think about the infrastructure of your workplace. So, see, in places like Noida, South Delhi, what people are thinking, what people have come, what is their mindset is like. They are started to move towards shared co-working space. And people are believing that by doing so, they can cut approximately 32% on average rent. So this co-working spaces allow business owners and startups to operate in a fully equipped workplace without worrying about setting up their own private workplace. It is a shared workplace. So you need not worry about, setting up your workplace, spending more on your workplace, because you will have as a startup, you will have a limited fund. So when you share your workspace, you need not bear all the expenses. And one significant benefit of co-working is that it is the best method to operate in a workplace with minimal financial investment. By operating in a co-working space, you can run your business with fewer expenses as contrasted to setting up a new workplace. Of course, when you set up a new workplace, you need to invest more. But when you are sharing a co-workplace, your expenses will reduce. You can use this for some other purpose. Instead of spending more on your office infrastructure, when you share your workspace, you can save that particular amount and you can use it for some other purpose, some other business purpose. So that is being mentioned in this particular point, office infrastructure. And number 11 is the competition. Number 11 is competition. Every business, whether it is large or small, whether it is new or old, whether it is established or whether it is a startup, every business face competition. And entrepreneurs need to be prepared to compete in a crowded market, because India is a place where you can see perfect competition in most of the field. You have to compete with many number of sellers. You're in a crowded market where there will be large number of competitors. So you have to face this business competition, and you need to differentiate the product or the service. If you want to find way to stand out from this competition, if you want to be away from this competition, you have to be different from others. So what you must do as an entrepreneur, you must try to differentiate your product, you must try to differentiate your service in some way, in one way or the other. Only when you are differentiating your product or service, you can you can be different from other, you can face competition, so that you can succeed in the market. So number 11 is the competition. And number 12 is scaling the business. See, scaling any business can be challenging and complex process. Entrepreneurs, they need to be, they need to plan carefully, and they have to make sure that they have the right resource and right team in place to handle the growth. Even growth is a problem if you don't have a proper team, if you don't have proper resource. What, sir, you're telling? If my business is growing means it is very, positive thing only, no? It is very beneficial only, no? Yes, of course, it is very beneficial. But if you don't have proper resource to handle the growth of your business, if you don't have a proper team in place to handle the growth of your business, even that growth can be a, negative one for a business if there is no proper resource or a people. That is number 12. And number 13 challenges, number 13 is marketing and sales. See, marketing and sales, we all know. Marketing is creating, is pulling your customers, whereas sales is pushing your product. When you pull your customers towards your product, that is marketing. When you push your product towards your customers, towards the buyers, it is called as selling. Both marketing and sales are considered to be critical to the success of any business. But many entrepreneurs, they struggle with these areas. They may have a great product or service, but if you cannot effectively market, if you cannot sell it, you won't be able to grow your business. Your product may be a good one, you may have a quality product, but if you are not able to market or sell the product, of course you will fail in your market. Of course you will never succeed as an entrepreneur. So as an entrepreneur, you must know how to market and how to sell your product or a service. And number 14, challenge number 14 is legal and regulatory compliance. Legal and regulatory compliance. These are the rules and regulations that an entrepreneur has to adhere to. These are the various rules and regulations of government and the other authorities which the entrepreneurs have to adhere. Entrepreneurs must they have to comply with a wide range of legal and regulatory requirements. They have to go in with, they have to, they have to obey the rules of tax laws. You have to obey the rules from the labor law. Sometimes you will have environmental regulations. You have to fulfill all those things. If a particular entrepreneur is fulfilling everything, well and good, or else failure to comply with these requirements, sometimes will result in penalty, fine, and sometimes even some legal action will be taken against you. So as an entrepreneur, keeping yourself, complying yourself with legal and regulatory framework is a very biggest and toughest problem that you face. If you're doing it in a well way, there is not a problem. If you're not able to cope up with or comply with these rules, regulations, etc., you have to pay penalty. You have to be, sometimes you'll be, you have to pay fines, and even sometimes you have to face court of law if you don't fulfill such regulatory compliances. And number 15 is managing cash flow. Yeah, as we told earlier, you can start your business with a small fund in initial stage, but you need to have a regular cash flow to run your business. You need to have a regular cash flow to expand your business. Cash flow is one of the critical factors in the success of a business. Any business it may be, cash flow, the regular flow of cash is required. Only then your success can be ensured. And as an entrepreneur, you must be able to manage the cash flow effectively, including budgeting. You have to forecast and manage expenses to achieve success. You must also try to control your expenses. Launching a new company, it involves money. Launching a new company involves money. You have to in some way, you must try to reduce your expenses, and you must always have a regular cash flow to become a successful entrepreneur. And these 15 are the major challenges of entrepreneurs that is being faced in India. Now, I request Dr. Anbuli sir to post the third video. Sir Anbuli sir.
Okay, yes, just a minute. Slide
Yes,
number?
Sir,
19.
no sir, video sir.
Oh, video.
Video, top 5 entrepreneurship lessons is over. The other one, the power of entrepreneurial mindset, that video sir.
Screen is visible?
Screen is visible sir, not the video sir.
Video not yet played.
Yes sir, yes sir. So you will have a video participants, just go through them and I'll back to you in 10 minutes.
Are you able to see the video?
No sir, only the screen is visible sir.
Every time, why? Now?
Yes sir, yes sir.
Audio?
Yes sir. Audio is not audible sir. Video is okay, audio is not audible.
Please, sorry. And audio. Now?
So only the video is playing sir, not the audio.
Where's audio? Audio is full.
So no problem sir, let us post the link sir.
He was on board. And
Now the
a
screen
week
is
later when I
visible.
came back, he was actually
So now the sound, I can hear the sound sir, but the video is not visible.
class brainstorming. They were coming up.
Now?
Audio is here.
Now?
Sir, I can hear the sound now sir, the video is not visible sir. I think it is running in some other screen.
25 years ago, I walked into
I can hear the audio.
start a business.
Now?
But there was one condition.
Yes, sir. Yes,
They
sir. Yes,
all
sir.
had
It's
to
good, sir.
agree
Good.
to work with
Good,
me.
thank you.
And
Sorry
it
for
had
the
to be a
inconvenience.
unanimous decision.
No problem, sir. No problem.
Now, I have no idea how this would play out. You see, this was an experiment for me. And right here in the middle of the room, there was a boy, and he was sitting there and he was slouched down. He was clearly not interested in what I had to say. In fact, at one point, he sat there and he said, "This is a waste of time. Why bother?" So I addressed him right head on and I said, "Hey, you know what? This is a real business. You guys get to be totally in charge. You're the decision makers. You get to set your own goals. And at the end, you get to keep the profits." Well, with that, he sat up and I knew he was on board. And a week later, when I came back, he was actually standing in front of the group and he had the entire class brainstorming. They were coming up with different marketing ideas and he was leading the whole thing. At the end, he had the highest profit. Now, what was so interesting was when I sat down later to do a debriefing with the principal and the teacher, and they shared with me that this was a boy that typically did not participate in school. In fact, he rarely passed in homework assignments. He frequently skipped classes. And yet, they were fascinated by his level of engagement. And they wanted to know what it was about this project that captured his imagination. Entrepreneurial skills, when we think about what people need today, they need a strong set of entrepreneurial skills. And what I mean by that is creativity, critical thinking, problem solving, and communications. But they're not enough. Skills are no longer enough. We have to help people develop, young people develop an entrepreneurial mindset. Now, when we think about the future, it's really important that kids today, that they're flexible and they're adaptable. They need to be able to see change before it happens. They need to be able to identify opportunities and have the confidence to move towards them. Really what it's all about is actually being able to be constantly focused on growing and developing and improving. You see, and I want to point out right from the very beginning that I'm not suggesting in any way that everybody needs to be an entrepreneur. What I am saying is that young people today, regardless of whether they work for themselves and start a business or if they work for an employer, what they need is a strong set, an entrepreneurial mindset that's going to enable them to be successful. An entrepreneurial mindset is actually critical to success in our rapidly changing world. So that brings us to an important question. And the question is, can an entrepreneurial mindset be nurtured? Absolutely. In fact, as I started specializing in this area, I realized very early on that not only can it be nurtured, but it's important to start young. So I created a program, and it's an entrepreneur project for elementary kids and for students between the ages of 9 and 12 to start their businesses. And they actually develop an entrepreneurial mindset by launching a business venture. So they have to create business plans, they develop products and marketing materials, and at the end, they participate in a real-life event called the Young Entrepreneur Show. It's like a trade show. They get to interact with customers, and they earn real money. The program is facilitated, which I think is the most powerful piece, is that it's facilitated by the classroom teacher, and it makes topics like math and English language arts and social studies more meaningful and relevant for kids. It's already reached about 40,000 kids, and I'm really excited to be able to share some of their stories with you here today. Now, the idea of coming up with a product to sell for real to customers is incredibly exciting for kids. And in fact, they take it very, very seriously. Sometimes the students will create products that people enjoy. Other times they go a little bit deeper and they think, how can I solve a problem? Or how can I make a difference in the world by creating a product? Mimi is one of our students that decided to come up with this cat toy, and a toy that looked like a cat, I should say. And she took this two materials, a mock suede and a mock fur. She cut strips, sewed them together, and had a cat face at the front and a tail. And she really wanted to have a fun name for this, so she called them Roadkill Kitties. And if that wasn't enough, she took a big branch that had fallen from a tree in her garden. She mounted it on top of the table, and then she had all the products hanging up here. So as you walk by, all you could see are these feline creatures looking down at you. And then she'd take them down. She was all about showmanship. So she'd take them down and lay one on the arm as customers would come up. And the customers would smooth it down, and it would roll up. And Mimi's product came alive. The Roadkill Kitty came alive. Mimi's business came alive. And Mimi came alive. You see, Mimi wasn't strong. She wasn't a strong academic student, and yet had perhaps the most successful business in her class. And what was so exciting was that she was able to achieve that success by showcasing her entrepreneurial and her artistic flair. The product development stage is also very powerful because students come up with an idea, but then they have to use market research. They do prototyping, and then they get into production. So it's very rich with learning opportunities. Tyler was very determined that he wanted to create this sock puppet, and he used his market research to really perfect the design. So when he asked the question, what color would you like? Everybody seemed to, one of the options was tie-dye, and everybody seemed to pick that choice. So it was an obvious design decision. The problem he had, though, was when it came time to pick the hair at the top and the tongue inside. And there didn't seem to be a general consensus in his survey data. So he really was unsure what to do. Now, he immediately went right to the teacher and said, hey, what do I do about this? And the teacher handled it beautifully. The teacher said, you know what, Tyler, this is your business. You have to make that decision yourself. And you've got great creative and critical thinking abilities, so can't wait to see what you come up with. So Tyler left, and we weren't really sure how this would play out. And a couple of days later, he came back, and he had a solution. He actually put a snap up here on the head and a snap inside the mouth, so these pieces could be removed. And then he made a bunch of extra designs, so people could come up to the table and customize their puppets. And he didn't stop there. He actually made a bunch of extras and sold them as accessories, and was able to increase his profits substantially as a result of his creativity. What we've been looking at here really is some key features, and event where they interact with the customers. And it's incredibly dynamic, so it gives the students an opportunity to think on their feet and even solve problems along the way as they're using their communication skills to kind of pitch and talk to customers. Now, I was at an event just a few weeks ago before the holidays, and there was a boy there, and he was struggling because he had a really great product. He made this really cool Christmas ornament out of twigs and string. It was just beautiful. But he had them hanging on a tree, and they weren't selling. So he came out with me and he said, I'm having a problem. And I said, well, step back and just look at what your customers are seeing. And what he came up with was that maybe the problem was that the decorations were part of the tree and they weren't actually for sale. So he decided to take one down, and then he just stood here talking to customers, and he said, then I can bring them over and show them the different designs. I said, great, give it a try. So I walked around the gym, and as I was coming around the corner, and Luke says, Bill, I've already sold 3, and it's only been 10 minutes since I saw you. Now, I am not exaggerating. It was that level of intensity. And what was so interesting to me is, as I was watching his face, I had a flash of a conversation I recently had with a teacher. And she said that you can't teach pride with a textbook, but you could certainly see pride on Luke's face that day. What we've been looking at is the process of learning, and the idea of the process of learning is so important here. And when we think back to that original experiment that I had, what was the driving force there was truly the fact that the kids were in charge. They get to make their own decisions, and they're learning something that's real to them and meaningful. And that's really, in essence, the whole driving force with this project. But what's ultimately important is the fact that the kids are actively developing core competencies, these entrepreneurial skills that I mentioned up front. They're actively developing them in order to achieve success with their projects. And in order for all of this to work, there's 2 key features. And the first one is that the students have to have a freedom to make mistakes. And so when we think about entrepreneurship is actually messy. There's no one path or right answer. So it's really important that the students have the freedom to explore and experiment and treat mistakes simply as learning opportunities. The second is that students need to have the chance to really reflect on their experiences and be able to identify and internalize what they're learning. So as an example, they start a business, they know they can say, I am a business owner, or I am an entrepreneur because I did it, or I am creative because I solved that problem. So that self-reflection stage is really key because it gets them a chance to really define who they are as individuals. So I want to give you a couple of examples of how they reflect on their experiences. So when asked, what did you discover about yourself? This young boy said, I learned that I'm far more creative than I thought I was. When asked, what did you learn? This young lady said, I learned that if you take risk, you will succeed. And taking risk means thinking outside the box. So words of wisdom from a 10-year-old. Now, the next one is purely for fun. And it's a question we always ask, and we get some serious answers. And in this case, what tip would you have for other young entrepreneurs that are just getting started? And this young boy said, wear deodorant. The actual statement was, wear deodorant, the young entrepreneurs get nervous, the room gets warm, and you don't want to be stinky. So we've looked at really the value of the process of learning, and now I'd like to look into some broader benefits of this entrepreneurial experience. And the first is that it shifts culture. And this really became clear to me one year when I was working, one of the teachers reached the 10-year mark. And I asked her, I said, what's the difference between year one and now? And she said, in year one, I asked my kids, how many of you think you can start a business? And one or two hands went up. In year 10, she asked the same question, and every hand went up. Now, when she asked them why, they all agreed, but one of the students captured it best. And she said, I went to my first entrepreneur show in kindergarten, and I've been thinking about my products ever since. So the entrepreneurial experience, it not only helps them discover that entrepreneurship is a possible career option, it also helps them realize that there's more potential for them as young people. They can do things that maybe they didn't realize they could before. The second benefit is that it is really about unleashing potential. And one year, I was working with a student. In this particular case, this student, I walked in, it was about 2 years ago, and his name was Keegan. And Keegan had what we call him the soap guy, actually, because he had this really cool soap product. And he was standing with poise and confidence, interacting with customers and so on. And when I asked him why it was fun, he said, it's fun because I get to be me. And I looked over at his mom, and she was crying. And I realized, wow, there's more to this. So when a few months later, he was actually giving a presentation in front of a group of educators. And as he was standing there, he said, school isn't easy for everyone. And he went on to explain that he had learning disabilities and often struggled with school. So with this project, he said he could think outside the box, and he discovered that he was far more creative and he had more talent than he realized before. And he was able to discover things, and it gave him high hopes. High hopes. Think about how many kids out there feel anxiety about the future. This project really helps them, or this type of project really helps them discover new potential. The entrepreneurial mindset also helps kids spark leadership. And really, one of the students, I got a call one day on a Friday afternoon, and this was about a boy that had social performance anxiety and mild autism. And he had a real challenge with speaking in front of groups. And in fact, he had to always give presentations one-on-one. But yet, at his entrepreneur show, he was standing there calling people over. And he ended up selling out his product and did tremendously well. At the end of the project, his mom and mom said he was in it to win it. And what was so cool was that he was able to really sell his products and interact with customers. And he definitely had a win with that program. One of the features that I haven't told you about is that the students donate 10% to charity. And his class wanted to donate to the SPCA. But in his situation, what he did was he wanted to donate to a mental facility that was just opening up. It was a wing of a hospital that was going to support kids with anxiety. And so he went in there, and he stood up in front, and he asked if he could speak in front of the audience. Now, this is a boy with social anxiety, and he stood in front of the group, and he talked about his entrepreneurial experience, and he talked about why this organization was important to him. And then he announced he was donating 50% to charity. Really, when we look at this entrepreneurial experience, an entrepreneurial mindset helps kids discover that they can make the world a better place. It really helps them discover that they can have careers that are fulfilling and meaningful and even be self-reliant. It helps them to discover their passions and their talents and their interests. And it helps them to discover that they can actually achieve success not only in the future, but in school today. One of our entrepreneurs, he had severe behavioral problems and would blow up every day in class. And he would scream and shout and leave the room and so on. And at the end of the program, he flourished. And a year later, he came back and he had a gift for me. And he said, "What do you see?" And I said, "There's 3 stones, and they're smooth, they're colorful, and they're special." And he said, "I'm special too. And that's how I want you to remember me." Let's get out there and help kids develop an entrepreneurial mindset. And let's help them use their special talents to put their mark on the world. Thank you very much.
Dr. Vivek, shall we continue? Dr. Vivek.
Yes, sir. Sir, kindly put the last slide, sir. Slide number 19, sir. 19th slide.
No.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So this is the, we are almost in the last slides of our presentation, and this slide is about the various opportunities that are available for entrepreneurs in India, and those opportunities are classified under 6 headings, and these are the 6 headings. Please go through this and I'll explain it one by one. So the opportunities are classified under 6 heads. Opportunities of an entrepreneurs in India. Number 1 is the opportunity that is based on the business they undertake. Number 2 is the financial opportunity. Number 3 is the non-financial support. Number 4 are the opportunities created by associations. Number 5, opportunities created by government. And number 6 is the opportunities created through training program. Number 1, opportunities based on business. See, entrepreneurs are bestowed with numerous business opportunities depending upon their area, upon the choice of industry, capacity to invest, technical skills, non-technical skills, etc. Based on all those things, they got some business opportunities. So, opportunity based on business, what does this mean? Means based on what kind of business that particular entrepreneur is undertaking, he or she would have some opportunity. For example, I'll tell you, for example, if an entrepreneur is in service industry, imagine an entrepreneur is in service industry, he may try in ventures like catering, computer centers, tutorial centers, typewriting institute, beauty parlors, dry cleaning, restaurants, etc. If particular entrepreneur has chose trading ventures, he may have opportunities such as like fancy stores, now some kind of sweet stalls, drug stores, grocery stores, textile retailing, coffee parlor, cell phone repairs, photo studios, etc. So, based on what kind of business a particular entrepreneur is doing, he or she may have some opportunities. That is point number one. Number two are the financial opportunities that are available to the entrepreneurs, and all banks in India, almost all banks in India, they provide financial opportunities to the entrepreneurs. And other than banks, there are many agencies and many bodies such as District Industry Center, KVIC. We have KVIC in Madurai. It is very famous. KVIC, Khadi and Village Industries Commission. It stands for Khadi and Village Industries Commission, and their aim is to create entrepreneurs, creation of self-employment opportunities, etc. And we have something called as Madisha. Based on, in Madurai we have Madisha, in Coimbatore we have Kodisha, likewise. So financial opportunities are given by banks in the form of micro loans, and these micro loans can be used for buying raw materials, equipments, etc. And this in district industry centers, they give loan on subsidy. Subsidized loans will be given sometimes. So those are the financial opportunities that are available for entrepreneurs in India. And the next one is non-financial support. Next one is non-financial support, and non-financial supports can be given in the form of putting in policies, regulations, bringing out a legal structure. Sometimes financial counseling will be given. That is a non-financial support. Financial training will be given. Sometimes, in some cases, business advisory service will be given. And sometimes how to handle a legal barrier during when you do a business, how to handle a legal barrier, such advice would be given. Establishing a commercial linkage, and sometimes client research would be done, and analysis for profitability and efficiency, and sometimes offering designing the products based on their needs, lower rate of interest, collateral free loans, simplified processing system, flexible repayment system based on business nature. All those things comes under non-financial supports. And the fourth one is opportunities created by associations. Opportunities created by associations. There are various associations, like we have got self-help group, small industries development organizations, and National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, Self-Employed Women's Association, SEWA, we call it as SEWA, SEWA, Self-Employed Women's Association. We have got Association of Women Entrepreneurs of Karnataka. Then we have got Tamil Nadu Cooperation for Development of Women Limited. We have got many kind of associations, and these associations would give some type of opportunities to the entrepreneurs, and those things comes under this category. Similarly, we have MSc Cluster Development Program, MSE, Cluster Medium and Small Enterprise Cluster Development Programs, and they are responsible for extending up to 80% for MSE owners. 80% of funds for MSE owners are given by this micro and small enterprises through a scheme called as Credit Guarantee Fund Scheme. They provide up to 80% loan, especially for women. So such kind of opportunities, or they come under the category called as opportunities created by associations. Opportunities created by government. In India, both union and central government, both union and state government have put in a number of schemes exclusively for the promotion of entrepreneurship, and that too for women entrepreneurship. Government have a number of schemes, and few of these schemes include Stand Up India scheme, trade related entrepreneurship assistant and development, TREAD. It is called as TREAD, TREAD, trade related entrepreneurship assistant and development scheme for women. Then we have Mahila E-Heart, Magalir Udavi scheme, Prime Minister Roger Yojana, development of women and children in rural area, Mudra Yojana, Udyogini scheme, TriSem. These are the various opportunities that are created by the government, both union government and state government, through various schemes. And the last one is opportunities created through training program. See, Government of India has introduced National Skill Development Policy and National Skill Development Mission, and both of this was introduced in the year 2009. And in order to provide skill training, vocational education, entrepreneurship development to the emerging workforce, government has created this policy as well as this mission. And these two has been in catalyzing the emergence of women entrepreneurs in India. Especially they are focusing on women entrepreneurs, and they are also giving many training schemes for women, self-employment of women. And those training schemes include STEP. We call it as support for training and employment program of women. Support for training and employment program of women, development of women and children in rural area, small industry service institutes, state financial corporations, national small industries corporations, district industrial centers, etc. So these are the opportunities that are given with the help of the training programs. And the next thing that we are going to see is about the government initiatives towards entrepreneurship in India. What are the initiatives that the government of India is doing? And as I told you, there are around 21 government schemes for startups in India. We all know that current decade would likely go down in a history as the decade of entrepreneurship. In history, when you look after some days, after some years, this era would be called as entrepreneurship era in India, because the country, the country is amid a startup boom, and things seems exceedingly favorable for entrepreneurs, especially for entrepreneurs. And when we go through the record, as per records, the scale and magnitude of startups in India are the highest they have ever been. When you look into the previous years and even in the upcoming years, you can compare both. The present year, the scale and magnitude of startup in India are the highest in the present decade. This makes our country one of the fastest growing startup ecosystem in the world. Even the world. See, the Indian government's constant backing of startup by providing them with incentives has aided this growth. How this growth has happened means nothing to wonder. Yeah. The government is giving constant backup. Government is how it is giving constant backup with incentives. They are giving incentives, and this has led to the growth of such startups in India. And over the last few years, various schemes dedicated to support such startups in India. Various schemes have come up. Furthermore, what happened was government policies for startups in India and government support to new enterprises in India has grown a lot. And there are 21 government schemes for startups in India. 21 government schemes for startups in India. I will list out one by one. I'm sorry. And number 1 is Chunauti challenge. Chunauti challenge. See, Chunauti is a government initiative scheme that stands for Challenge Hunt under NGIS. It was pandemic influence scheme that was launched in the year 2020 during the time of that Corona, COVID. Only during the time this scheme was it was launched, and it is well known as pandemic influence scheme. And this online challenge was introduced with the aim of encouraging startups to come up with solution related to pandemic related problems. And this challenge application process was closed in this was an online process, and this was closed during 31st of May 2023. This challenge was closed. Chunauti 5.0 challenge. This challenge was called as Chunauti 5.0 challenge. And the second scheme of government is Samriddhi scheme. Samriddhi scheme. The main objective of this Samriddhi scheme is to provide funding support and fiscal incentive to startup. And the idea behind this initiative is to lend support to startups that have proof of concept for their product. And the amount provided by the government to entrepreneur under the scheme is 40 lakhs. And under the scheme, the government will provide funding to the accelerators after evaluating the startup. Also, they will see the growth. Only after analyzing all this, government will give the fund, and maximum of 40 lakhs. You can get maximum of 40 lakhs. And it is supported. It has been done with the incubation business only in the last 3 years. It is being done. Samriddhi scheme, maximum of 40 lakhs will be given. And the next scheme is Digital India Bhashini. The scheme is called as Digital India Bhashini. It is an initiative that was introduced by the present Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. This was initiated during the Digital India Week in 2022. Sir, and somebody's mic is... Someone has unmuted your mic and there is some disturbance. Please mute your mic. Yeah, okay. So, Digital India Bhashini scheme, and this scheme was introduced during the Digital India Week in 2022 by Modi. And this initiative allows Indian citizens to easily access the internet and digital services in their native language. You can access internet or the digital service in your native. For example, if it is Tamil, I can access in Tamil. If Hindi, Urdu, Malayalam. So that is the scheme, Digital India Bhashini. Bhashini means language. And this form of digital inclusion has mainly brought in to encourage the participation of startups. And the next scheme is known as MSME Market Development Assistant. This is called as MDA. This scheme is called as MDA, MSME Market Development Assistance. This is a subcomponent of MSME International Corporation Scheme, and it was implemented by the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. This scheme aims to help MSME grow internationally by providing them financial support for participating in international trade fairs, exhibitions, organizing summits in India and more. And this will mean this scheme, MSME Market Development Assistance, MDA, what they are doing is they are helping to take your business to next level. You'll be doing your business nationally. If you want to do it internationally, you can do it with the help of this MDA scheme. And the next scheme is Nidhi scheme. Nidhi, National Initiative for Development and Harnessing Innovation. National Initiative for Development and Harnessing Innovation. And this scheme was introduced by DST, who is sponsoring our FDP. DST is sponsoring, and that DST introduced the scheme Niti, and it is an umbrella program. It was developed to nurture and grow ideas and knowledge and technology based innovation into startups. And we have got many subdivisions in the schemes: Nidhi EIR, Nidhi Prayas, Nidhi Triple S, Nidhi COE, Nidhi GCC, etc. We got many schemes under this. The objective of the scheme is to promote student startup. In order to promote student startup and help young entrepreneurs accelerate their startup journey, this scheme is used, and they provide initial funding to the students and young entrepreneurs with 10 lakhs. Okay, they'll they'll give you 10 lakhs under the scheme. This is mainly for students and young entrepreneurs. And the next scheme is called as CLCSS. CLCSS, next scheme, and it stands for Credit Linked Subsidy Scheme. Credit Linked Subsidy Scheme, and it is an initiative that was launched in the year 2000 itself. That was before some 20 years by Government of India, and it is aimed to help MSME upgrade their technology so that they could maximize their revenue generation. And this scheme allowed business to receive up to 15% subsidy on their investment in certain machinery. And this initiative is available to all kind of industries that has upgraded from small scale to medium scale. Your industry, if it is small scale and you are moving it into medium scale, you can use the scheme to get you can invest in machinery, etc., where you will get 15% subsidy. The next scheme is called as Digital India Genesis. It is a deep tech startup platform for initiative, and it was launched by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. It was introduced in the year 2015 with the aim to help technology startups, mostly from Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. And the Prime Minister of India want to sustain the technology ecosystem, transform India and empower society. With this aim, this scheme, Digital India Genesis, has been created by the central government of India. And the 8th scheme is called as MSME Sustainable Certification. It is also called as ZED certification. And this scheme was launched with the aim of creating awareness among MSME about zero defect and zero effect. Zero defect and zero effect. And here 3 levels of certification is given: bronze, silver, and gold. And it is basically based on the parameters like quality, safety, production, cleanliness, etc. Based on this, MSMEs will be given certification. And the government has provided around 7.43 crore financial support under the scheme. With the help of the scheme, around 7.5 crores of money has been given as financial support to the MSMEs. The next scheme is called as Multiplier Grants Scheme. This was also launched by the Department of Electronics and Information with the aim of bringing together industry and academic institution. Here what happens is academic institutions, colleges, universities can have linkages with the industry, and they can encourage research and development collaboration for products and packages. And this process will be helpful in strengthening the relationship between industries and institute, and they'll also help drive the development of indigenous products and packages, etc. And the next scheme is Startup Leadership Program. In short, it is called as SLP. And it is a global training program for innovators, leaders, etc. It is a non-profit educational program. It not only provides classes to the next generation of leaders and entrepreneurs, but also work as a professional network for them. Initially, it was founded in Boston in 2006, and only in 2016 it was launched in India. It is a 6-month-long program in India with 10 classes in total. And so far, with the help of this program, Startup Leadership Program, 3,900 people in over 14 countries have been educated, and more than 2,000 startups have been created with the help of this uh, SLP. And the other schemes of government includes Aspire, a scheme for promotion of innovation, rural industries and entrepreneurship, Startup India Initiative, Startup India Seed Fund Scheme, Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, Atal Innovation Mission, Credit Guarantee Trust Fund, Venture Capital Assistance Scheme, Stand Up India Scheme, Design Clinic Scheme, Raw Material Assistance Scheme, Single Point Registration Scheme, etc. So, why do governments, they emphasize on startup everything? Because, see, the goal behind every scheme and fund has been to create an environment where ventures can thrive, where entrepreneurship can grow, because entrepreneurship is the need of the hour. You cannot give employment for everybody. So what you should do, you should create job creators. You should create entrepreneurs that can be done with the help of such schemes. See, particularly if you are a budding entrepreneur in India and you're looking to start a business, you must know about these government schemes. And as a teacher, as a trainer, we must know about all these government schemes. Only then we can tell about this to the students, to our students. And each startup scheme in India comes with its pros and benefits. There are some benefits, there are some limitations, there are some hindrances, etc. And the major benefits that is given by these initiatives of government are financial assistance, and they facilitate funding, they provide collateral free loans, they offer mentorship, tax exemptions are sometimes given, networking opportunities can be got, easy access to vital resources, everything like that. So try to educate your student that getting funds to become an entrepreneur is not a problem in India, because that days are long gone. Those are long gone days where people used to suffer a lot to get fund, to get loan, etc. But today that is not the case. Government is coming up. It is always ready to give subsidized loans. Also, fund facility is also available with the help of banks, so that is not a problem. So the only problem is the mindset of the Indian people. Many are reluctant to become entrepreneurs because they have many myths. Entrepreneurs will have loss, entrepreneurs will have stressed mindset, everything, all those negative mindset, all those uh, myth, traditional myths hinder people to choose entrepreneurship as their career. But as the trainers, as the faculty members, it is our duty to emphasize the positive side of entrepreneurship and to inculcate the entrepreneurial skill, entrepreneurial spirit among our students. And this is about my presentation today. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Any doubts or clarifications with the presentations, you can please ask me.
Thank you, Dr. N. Vivek, for your wonderful presentation for the past 2-3 hours. There is one person who has raised his hand.
Anything to be
Rajesh.
clarified? Anything?
Mr. PV Rajesh is there. He has raised his hand. PV Rajesh. Participants, you can interact with the resource person.
Any clarifications to be done? Anything else?
PV Rajesh has raised his hand, but he is not there. PV Rajesh, any other participants? Please clarify your doubts. Participants, please interact. Nobody is doing that. Whether you will be alive or dead.
Sir, good morning, sir. I'm Santa
Good
Lakshmi from
morning,
SC
ma'am.
International College. Sir, is this only for the student entrepreneur? This 21 government schemes?
No, it is for anybody, ma'am. Anybody
Anybody?
can. Few schemes are meant only for students. Like I told you, a scheme called as SLP and Atal Incubation Center. Few schemes are only meant for students, but the other scheme anybody can, even myself or yourself, anybody can avail that scheme. In general, government is giving for entrepreneurship.
Okay.
In few schemes, they are giving training and they are making you as an entrepreneur. In few schemes, they are giving money to buy machines at subsidized loans, and it depends.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. At least one participant have clarified your doubts. Any other people?
Sir, good afternoon, sir. I'm Karthik from Manai Fatima
Yeah.
College. Am I audible,
Yes,
sir?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. So I'm having the doubt. My students
So
and
can you
even
please
myself,
increase
we
your
have.
volume, sir? Your
Yeah.
volume is very low.
Sir, is it okay now?
Yeah, sir. Tell me, sir.
Is this okay now, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Sorry, sir. I'm right now in my room. That's only there's so many echoes here.
Hmm.
Yeah, sir. Sir, even I'm having a doubt, sir. Even my students also having doubts like this. We are having ideas. But
Okay.
whenever we are having ideas, we are having the hiccups when will this project will be a hit, or will we have any seed capital for this? Will we have a successful? Always we are in this roadblock, sir. What
Okay.
when we having this such type of doubts, what we should do, sir?
No, sir, having doubts or dilemma is basic thing for we human beings. The next step,
Yes.
after having an idea, the next step, what you have to do is, there is something called as feasibility study. In management thing, we have something
Okay.
called as
Yes, sir.
feasibility study.
Feasible study.
What you
Yeah.
will do in that, whether this idea will work or not, whether this idea will be profitable or not, you can approach another person, a third person, or an expert or an agency. You can tell your idea, you can give your plan, and you can get opinions whether this will work it out or not. Or basically, I'll tell you
Oh,
something where you must have a mindset that it will work out first. If you have
yeah.
doubt, please you can ask the expert whether this will work out. This
Okay, sir.
feasibility, because the amount you
Feasibility
are
test.
investing, yes, the amount you are
Yeah,
investing,
sir.
the product that you are going
Yeah,
to
sir.
match, that you are going to produce will
Yes,
meet
sir.
out the demand, whether this will work out. You
Yes,
can
sir.
ask to an expert. And
Yes,
moreover,
sir.
when you prepare a business plan, all your all your what is that, confusions and all your doubts will go away. And during this
Okay.
FDP, they'll tell you how to prepare a business plan and how to do a
Business plan.
feasibility study also. Yeah.
Yeah, sir.
And you
Thank you,
can
sir.
go and
Thank you.
get help from DIC, sir, District Industry Center. If you are from Madurai, it is
DIC.
located opposite to Pandian
Yeah,
Hotel.
sir.
And
Yeah, sir.
when you submit your business plan, they will assess it and they'll tell you whether it will work out or not.
Okay, sir.
It
Thank you,
is
sir.
near Hotel Tamil Nadu in Madurai.
Tamil Nadu, near Hotel Tamil Nadu. That
Yeah,
is
Hotel
opposite
Tamil
to
Nadu. There
Marriott
is a
Hotel.
center called as
Okay, sir.
District Industry Center. You need to submit
Okay,
your
sir.
business plan. After going through that, they'll tell you whether it will work out or not. If it is working, they'll give
Yes,
you
sir.
some subsidized loan also. Minimum of 5 lakhs they'll give you, and maximum of, depending on the type of your plan, they'll give you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Mr. Karthik, very nice question.
Thank you.
Another 11 days, we will discuss all these things and you can clear your doubts with other experts also. Other experts are from EDA Tamil Nadu
Yes,
trainers,
yes, yes,
so you
sir.
can clarify your doubts with them also. Another 11 days are there. So
Yes, sir.
anyone,
Yes, sir.
thank you, Mr. Karthik. Very
Yeah,
nice
sir. It
question.
will be helpful. Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir.
Thank
About
you,
this startup
because
business, sir. Thank
all
you.
the people are having the same thing in their mindset.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir. The hiccups.
Where we have to approach, how to approach, and how
How
to
to
start.
approach and where to approach, sir.
Yeah, very good, very good. Nice question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. So, any other participants? See, any other participants? Thank you is the entirely different. We are asking to clarify your doubts, whether you have involved or not. Simply putting in the chat box, thank you, sir, thank you, sir, thank you, sir. It is not mere a conference or a seminar, it is a faculty development program, it is a national building exercise. So please cooperate. Any other clarifications from the participants? Mr. PV Rajesh, he has raised his hand, he is missing now. He has raised his hand, now he is missing. PV Rajesh. PV Rajesh. Any other faculty members? See, for the past 2.5 to 3 hours, the resource person has explained very excellent manner. Kindly utilize his expertise. All the resource persons are trained by EDI, Tamil Nadu, Entrepreneurship Development Institute of India, Tamil Nadu, Government of Tamil Nadu. Simply you are putting thank you, thank you, thank you. It's all formalities. We don't want the formalities. We are extremely sorry.
And I would like to share one thing with the participants. During the initial days, during some, I still remember the days, some 12 years back, when I myself and Professor Dr. Anboli, we worked for Anna University, and we were a part of this EDC, Entrepreneurship Development Cell. We used to attend all the 12 days in person, not through online. We used to attend in person. We used to work out all the assignments that they give. We used to make out presentations, everything. Only then they will give us certificates. We were trained directly by EDI. So many persons will come in direct, resource persons, everybody. So we used to attend it, and we have got some 10 to 12 years of experience in attending and conducting this FDP. This is the right platform to you, and make use of it in a very right way. You can have your doubts clarified. You can share your ideas. You can use this platform in a right way. This will help you a lot. Even before some 10 years, I don't know what is even the spelling of entrepreneurship, but today we have trained in a way that I'm giving you training. So make use of this in a right way. You have got a good opportunity. From around 300 or 350 participants, you have been shortlisted. Use this in a right way, please. Any more doubts you have got? Anything else? And Madam Santan Lakshmi, may I know from which college you are?
From SDNB Vaishnav College, Chennai.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
See, you are the last batch who is going to have online. So kindly utilize from next batch onwards. It is offline, physical mode, not online mode. So kindly utilize. So anyway, thank you, Dr. Vivek. I hope you can leave. Thank you for your wonderful presentation.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Dear participants, there are some announcement. Actually, we have to make it in the beginning, but due to the time constraint, we couldn't able to make it in the beginning. Now it is another 5 minutes. We will be allowed for you to put it in the chat box, your name and your contact number.